Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Embracing Your Essence on Lilydale Radio, and I'd like to thank you for joining me tonight. As you are joining in, please do say hello. I'll give you tonight. We're going to be talking about being a light in the dark. I'm also going to do some mini soul and aura readings. And before we get to that, let's do some details. LilydaleAssembly.org and the official Facebook page, Lilydale Assembly Incorporated, is where you are going to find out everything that is happening in Lilydale. If you don't know anything about Lilydale, it is the largest spiritualist community in the world, and we have all sorts of workshops and events happening all year long. We do have a summer season in person in Western New York, is where we are, and we have lots of mediums and workshops and healing services and special events. So definitely go to those pages, lilydaleassembly.org, or on Facebook, Lilydale Assembly Incorporated, and you can find out everything that is happening. And in case you don't know who I am Colleen van der Zijden, a registered medium at Lilydale Assembly. I am also a certified intuitive and soul coach. I am a spiritual teacher. I wrote this book, Courageously You. I do all sorts of things, teach lots of workshops and lots of coaching groups and those kinds of things. Hi, Jan, nice to see you. And Anne, booked for a summer reading. Yay, so excited. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing you. And so for those of you who are visiting Lilydale this summer, you do want to make your appointments ahead of time for readings because times will be limited for most of the mediums there. So as soon as you know you're going to Lilydale, find your favorite medium and make an appointment. Hi, Alexandra. Nice to see you as well. And what else do we need to know? We need to know my website, ColleenVanderZijden.com, or Be Courageously You. And a very important point tonight is if you want a mini soul or aura reading, you want to be on this page, my Facebook page, Colleen van der Zijden, medium and intuitive life coach. You want to be over here so I can see your comments as we go. Hi, Martin and Hillary. Nice to see you. Hi, Deborah. Nice to see you as well. And one more point. I am doing an in-person retreat in May 16th through the 18th in Western New York, in Celeron, New York, a little distance away from Lilydale, very close. And it's right on Chautauqua Lake in a beautiful setting. And it's called Reimagine Your Life. It's all about you creating your most ideal life. We work on letting go of things. I have this really awesome energetic process that Spirit gave me that's so amazing to help people let go of whatever their blocks might be. And it's just a lot of fun on top of it. So check that out if you like. And that's Danette. Hi, nice to see you, and Elizabeth. And so, as I said, tonight we are going to be talking about being the light in the dark. Okay, how we can strengthen our light, how we can make a difference in this world. It's a little crazy out there in case you haven't noticed, but you are alive at this time to help with this. And I'm going to talk about that. Hi, Sarah and Joe. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining me. As I am talking this evening, feel free to ask questions, make comments. However, I will go through some ideas to help you live in your light and reconnect to it. And then I will do some mini soul and aura readings. So there will be lots of time for readings. And don't worry, when it's time for the readings, I will let you know. And I will say how to go about doing it, what it's going to look like, etc., etc. So no rushing there, okay? So let's get to it. How can we be a light in the dark? How can we strengthen that within ourselves? Last week, I talked about the chaos of the world, the consciousness shift, the darkness that's having to come to the light in order to be diffused. And I'm not going to repeat all that information because it is on my page, my Facebook page, on my website, on my YouTube channel, on Lilydale's page. You can go back and watch it. If you don't have the edited version, just ignore the beginning part. I was having tech issues last week, so just skip past those first couple minutes and you'll get to the rest of the stuff. Hi, Fran. Nice to see you. And so we talked about all the consciousness shift last week and the darkness and the light. But I'm going to talk a little bit about the darkness and light again because it goes with tonight's topic and what I mean by talking about the darkness and the light. What is this? So when I'm talking about the light, what I'm talking about are the higher vibrational energies of love, light, kindness, peace, respect, joy, dignity, connection, all of those good things, right? It's pretty straightforward. I'm pretty sure you understand this. So this is the higher vibration when we're in the light energy. Then the darkness, of course, is a lower vibrational energy. And that shows up as hatred, fear, racism, worry, stress, suppressing others, violence, judgment, criticism, any energy that is obviously darker and causes more pain or whatever, right? It's a lower vibrational energy. Now, within this consciousness shift, what is happening is we have those two parts happening. We have the light energy happening and we have the dark energy happening. And as we're going through this consciousness shift, moving into a new understanding of things, what we're striving to do is bring in more light. Okay, bringing in more light. And as we do this in this consciousness shift, we are moving toward oneness. And I will repeat this. This is where everything and everyone are connected, where every human being is worthy. Every human being is valued, loved, respected, cared for, equal. This concept of oneness is where we are here to help, where we are helping each other, we're supporting each other, and we care for all people and all beings. When we are in this oneness, feeling it and living it, we are living in the light. Okay, you see where I'm heading here, right? How we're doing this. And as we're moving forward, it can seem that the darkness is taking over, right? It kind of feels like it's a little bit impossible to get past this darkness and the dark times that are out there. You with me? See what's happening right here? But it's not impossible. And it is so important to recognize that you are alive at this very time because you are here to contribute to the light. This is essential, okay? Each one of us is important and we want to contribute to this light. As we're moving through this time, the consciousness shift is not only the darkness and the light, but part of the light is also, there's some really awesome energies out there, really cool energies. This, you may have noticed, is a time of rapid manifestation. So the good energy, the light energy is increasing as well, right? So it's increasing. And you may have noticed you have a thought, something you want to do, and then all of a sudden that opportunity appears. Out of the blue almost. It's so quick. So we are in a time of rapid manifestation. This is also a time where we can progress faster spiritually. We can let go of blocks or whatever's in our way at a much faster pace because the light is there helping us. People are also waking up at this time to the idea that there's more to life than simply our physical existence, that there's some other kind of part there, and we call that part usually a spiritual component, right? People are waking up to this idea that there is more than just the physicals and that we are a soul, we are a spiritual being. And people along that line are also experiencing more intuition. Have you been noticing these things? Have you noticed this rapid manifestation? Have you noticed you're becoming more intuitive? Have you noticed that you're having experiences where maybe you're sensing spirit around you, people who have passed, or maybe you're sensing energy? You might even have experienced miracles because things are happening that are not explainable by physical phenomena, right? So all of this is happening now as we're moving into this concept of oneness and as the light is getting stronger and stronger. This light is supporting us, each one of us, as we are growing spiritually as well. And you may also have found you're just more interested in the idea of a universal divine energy, or that there's something out there that is guiding you or supporting you as you go through this. Isn't it exciting? Deborah and Rhonda are like, yes. Isn't it exciting to think that we have this energy here? This is the light energy. This is what's happening, okay? Back to, you are alive at this very time because you are here to help spread the light. Now, within this, people are having a beautiful opportunity to make a choice. And some people are being made to make a choice. And this is, how do we want to live? This is our choice. How do we want to live? Do we want to live from the light, or do we want to live from the darkness. When we live in and from the light, we are in the love, the kindness, compassion, caring, all of those beautiful qualities. And obviously, if we want to be in the dark, which we don't, we would be living in a fear, hatred, bullying, name-calling, judging, suppressing others. Okay, so which do you choose? Okay, I'm checking the comments for a second. Yeah, Alexandra's saying that she has had premonitions of calls coming through for her husband before they actually happen. So she's having premonitions. Sherry's dreaming a lot of people who have passed. Deborah, many dreams. And our dreams are a place where spirit, our guides, angels, God, whatever you want to call all those energies out there, are coming through to us to communicate with us, to guide us, to show us we're loved and supported. So all of this part goes with the consciousness shift. This is what's happening. So although it can feel very dark and heavy, and there is certainly that aspect to it, the light is also increasing. And so now you get to decide, what are you going to choose? Are you going to live from the light or not? That's your choice. And you get to do whatever you want. Isn't that amazing? However, obviously, it would seem that choosing the light is the best choice, because then we can make a positive difference. Hi, Dee. Nice to see you. Now, here's an interesting thing. At our core, our soul level, all of us are light. All of us, every single person. Some people express it really well, and then there are others who maybe don't even have any awareness of this concept. And then there are some who don't understand the importance of being kind and caring. There are people who just don't believe in this stuff. Right now, we must be careful that when we see something happening out there that we don't agree with, or that seems unkind or hateful, that we ourselves don't fall into the darkness by judging and criticizing and name-calling ourselves. This is tricky, because when we see things that are painful for others or ourselves, it's very easy for us to move into a judgmental kind of being. But if we truly want to live from the light, we will do our best to be aware so we don't fall into that. Dee says she dreams past, present, and future. Awesome. How exciting is that? There's so much here. So when we deliberately reconnect to our light, and that's what we're talking about tonight, is reconnecting to our light and strengthening it. So when we do this, as best we can, we don't have to be perfect. What happens is our light ripples out to other people, one person at a time. So my kindness to someone can ripple out to 5 more people beyond that initial person. And what is going to happen, notice I said going to, not might or should, but going to happen, is that our light is going to ripple out and meet other lights, if you will, and the energy is going to come together, strengthening the light and creating a tsunami of light that is going to spread throughout the world. This is what we're doing. I know it sounds really intense and really heavy, but it's not, because we just do our part and we allow the light around us to help us and expand our light everywhere. Okay, everywhere. Okay, it's no biggie. We can do this. Hi, Charity. Nice to see you. Yeah, Alexander's saying, I've had that happen recently when ICE came to my town. It was very hard to get into the light for me. Yes, when we are scared or when we see injustice, it causes us to become unbalanced. And so we must be as intentional as we can to stay in the light. This does not mean we're going to be in it 100% all of the time, but I know you have felt times where you were in the light, where you have felt this connection with other people that was so strong, or you felt so much joy or peace that you were in the light. When you were talking to someone and you felt seen and understood, or they felt your sincerity and your genuine connection, and you could feel that energy. You felt this, haven't you? So you've already done it, but what we are going to do is strengthen it and make it even more so. And then in just a little bit, we'll be doing some mini readings, and I'll let you know when. Don't you be asking early for those. Hi, Julie. Oh, I'm glad you're here with me tonight. Hi, Shayna. Sarah, I strive to live in the light, but lately it's been a challenge to stay there. The world feels heavy, yet I'm making a conscious effort to stay aware and ask for help. Yes. And Sarah, I know you speak for many people when you say this. That energy out there does feel heavy. And I know many of you, if not all of you, are probably empaths. And, us empaths, we feel deeply, and it can be a bit of a challenge for us to stay balanced and in the light. So I have some suggestions to help us, some things to consider. You can pick and choose what grabs you. You can come back to this video later and watch it again, or you could take notes and just come back and just pick something and start working with it. And nothing really heavy duty here, okay? But you'll see where I'm going with this. Hi, Karen. Yes. Happy birthday. I saw your birthday was here, and I will see you in July. And hi, Cinnamon. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you in ages, it seems. Of course, I haven't seen a lot of you in ages. I've been very busy, and so I haven't been here as regularly as I normally am. So anyway, if you are just joining in, I am Colleen Vanderzijden, registered medium at Lilydale, spiritual teacher, intuitive life coach, soul coach, all of those things. Love teaching things, and that's what I do on Tuesdays when I come here on my Facebook Live on Lilydale Radio. And if you want to learn more about me, you can check me out on my website, ColleenVanderzijden.com, or even here on my page. Speaking of my page, if you're not on my page, Colleen Vanderzijden, medium and intuitive life coach, and you think you want a mini reading in a little bit, or you want to make a comment, you need to get over here to my page so I can see your comments and I can respond to them. And I will mention again my Reimagine Your Life retreat. If you are done with being confused, directionless, you're looking for some guidance, support, you want to be living your ideal life, you want some action steps to get there, you want to improve your intuition, your soul connection, join me at the Reimagine Your Life in-person retreat. And that's all I'm going to say about it. You can go check it out. Okay, I know, Fran, it is so overwhelming. The energy out there is, again, heavy and dark, but don't forget, heavy and dark, but also there's the light as well, is there. So we, all of us, are going to strengthen our connection to the light. Number one towards strengthening and reconnecting your light, choose that you want to do that. Decide, do you want to do it or not? Are you willing to open to a new, higher vibrational way of living? And you may already be living at a higher vibrational way, but we want more of it, don't we? So you may already be doing really well, but we want more. Are you willing to go there and live this way? We say we want it. We say we want to be in the light. We say we want to be loving. And then what happens, right? We get caught up in something and maybe we're not very nice one day. And then we start beating ourselves up. I shouldn't have done that. I can't believe I did it. And then we drag ourselves right back down again. So what we want to do, a better response would be to forgive ourselves. Yes, we're human. Sometimes we lose it. That's just the way it is. So forgive yourself and move on. Do you want to be in the light or not? Choose. Decide. Be willing to be courageous, to want to be in the light so much, like you really want it, and you know it's the right choice, that you're willing to go for it. Are you willing to go for it? Okay, second thing in being the light and strengthening that light is to be yourself. I know, you're thinking, what? How does that connect? Well, here's what happens. When you are yourself, you love yourself, you honor your choices, you're living your truth, you're doing the best you can to live as your soul's truth. As you do all these things, you are in your light. One of the scariest things that we will ever do is exploring who we are, because we are so afraid when we explore it that we're going to find out we are not a nice person, or we're not deserving, or we're not loving, or we're not kind, etc., etc., etc. So we want to take that risk. We want to be willing to live as our true selves, as our soul, that we do a deep dive into figuring all this out. Because then what we do is we find out those fears aren't true. You are amazing, every single one of you. You are all amazing. You have so much light already within you. You have so much to offer this world. Again, you are here for a reason. You are the only you. Literally, you are the only you. The light of the world would be incomplete if your light wasn't in it. I know. Cool. right? So your energy, who you are, your energy is unique and important. It is unique and important. Your authenticity is one of the ways you shine your light. Because when you're in your authentic being, you embrace and love yourself. That's when you're living as your soul and in its light. This is way more important than people recognize how important it is to live as our true selves. Because when we're in that state, our light shines. It shines out for everyone. Elizabeth says, doing my best to share the light in readings, by guidance, direction, helping others, search for inner peace, soul searching. A lot more difficult in private with current environment. Okay. Yes, authenticity. I'm doing this in therapy. Yes. Perfect. And it's wonderful to explore this. As for those of you who know me, I write about this in my book, Courageously You. But if you've been watching me for years, and I've done hundreds of radio shows now, if you've been watching me, you know that my message to everyone is always going to be yourself, to have the courage to go after being and living as yourself. Because when you do, you are free. You are free from other people's expectations. You are free from unwritten rules of who you should be and how you should act. When you're free, you shine. You're back in your power and your light shines. So that's number 2, be yourself. Number 3, to build on that, to fully be yourselves, you do want to look at your unique qualities and abilities. What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? How are you unique? What are you doing when you feel most like you? What are you doing? These are all who you are. This is all of these things, your unique abilities, your qualities, what you're interested in, whatever, anything that has to do with you. This is what makes you, you. We are not all cookie cutters. We are all different. This is part of the consciousness shift, right? To accept each other in our uniqueness and embrace it. Allow people to be who they are. Allow ourselves to be who we are. Wow, what freedom that would be. When we embrace these qualities, when we're strong in the love of ourselves, this again creates more light. And when you have more light within and around you, it shines out for other people. You don't even have to literally be trying to help anybody. Just by being you, your light makes a difference. Pretty cool. Number 4, related to this, learn to let go of disempowering beliefs. Learn to let go of self-doubt, fear, letting uncertainty derail you. Let go of feeling unworthy or undeserving. Be willing to change your mind and be proud of who you really are. You're a work in progress. We all are. So we want to do the best we can. And as you let go of those things that are in your way, you'll learn to believe in yourself, trust yourself, and you'll listen to your inner guidance. So when you let go of these things that aren't in alignment with your light or who you truly are, you become more of who you truly are. It's amazing. Checking the comments again. Yes. Elizabeth says, helping people to find themselves, their passions and goals as a means to find happiness, peace, and contentment. Yes, very similar for me, Elizabeth. My passion is to help people step into their power so they can have a limitless life full of more joy and peace. That's my passion. That is my purpose for being alive. Joe, it says, Courageously You, the name of my book. Julie, I have found in order to fully be myself and stand in my light, I have to remind myself that I love myself, flaws and all. So wise, right? Because we have 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts of ourselves. We have the most amazing, loving kind, and then we have the times where we're not quite there. And that's okay, because we're human, and we look at that and we love ourselves anyway, right? We can use these flaws, I'll put them in quotes, to learn more about ourselves and how we want to be maybe different or respond differently, whatever it is. And that's the way to do it. Shayna says, so much. So I started becoming a Reiki practitioner, and it's really helped so much. Now, see, we all have a calling to do something, right? To help in some way, whether it's helping our family, helping our friends, helping ourselves, helping our animals, helping the environment, helping other people. We all have a calling. And when we answer that calling and start moving in that direction, and usually it just comes as a repetitive idea that keeps popping up in your head. Oh, I'd like to this, I'd like to this. And then eventually we do it. So we follow that calling, which leads us to another calling and then another calling. So much there. Karen says, I continuously bloom wherever I am planted, which is perfect. Kimberly, through the loss of my father, I am becoming more aware of my own light. It is hope shining. Oh, that is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. I have nothing to add except that that's beautiful. Okay, another thing here for strengthening your light is to become aware of when you're in the light and when you might have fallen into the darkness. Just become aware. And you'll know by how you feel. If you're feeling upset or something, you're scared, you're worried, you're in the darkness. There you go. There it is. So if you see that, then you do the best you can to expand your light and return to it when you've gotten off track. And the way to do that is to get back to doing something you enjoy. Do something that gives you a meaning or purpose. Do something like that. I always tell people to do the reset button. If you're feeling a little bit off, know what makes you feel most like you and then go do it. Okay, because sometimes when we're feeling off, we can't think so clearly. So plan ahead. You know, if you know that when you get really caught in your head and you get really worried, but you know that if you take a nice long walk, it changes your energy, go take a nice long walk. Usually if we're caught in our head, then we just need to go do something physical anyway, even if it is just walking. And I don't want to minimize the sound of walking. Get out there and walk or clean the house or something. As Sarah says, she wants to help others suffer less. Exactly. And also thrive. Right, Sarah? Absolutely. Okay, next. Number 6 on my handy list here. Be deliberate about how you express your light. How do you show the higher vibrational qualities of love, kindness, compassion, caring, etc.? And we already know we've got Alexandra saying that she's mediumship and healing. We've got somebody's already mentioned they're a Reiki master or working on Reiki practitioner, and we want to help people in this. So how do you do it? How do you? And feel free to write it in the comments here. Okay, next. To expand your light, to reconnect with it, to make it stronger. Be intentional about how you're living. So much of what we do, especially now, is learning to trust the flow of life, learning to trust the spiritual flow. But we must also be intentional and deliberate about how we're living, what we're doing, what we're saying, how we're responding, what we're thinking, what we're believing. So much of our humanness involves reactions, where we just react to something. We don't stop. We don't pause, we don't think before we respond. So we want to be intentional. And part of that is going after your dreams to create your best life. Part of that, going after your dreams to create your best life, repeating it. Because what I'm seeing happening with so many of my clients, so many of my friends, is because of the uncertainty and darkness in the world, people are getting caught up in that. And yes, there are some very disturbing things happening out there. Okay, but what we don't want to happen is that darkness, that dark energy, to drag us down and stop us from living our best lives. Because if we allow it to drag us down, it's like the fear wins. It's like the darkness wins. It's like we give our power away. I know it sounds weird because in some ways everything is falling apart, right? And it sounds strange in a way. Why would we go after creating a dream when the whole world is falling apart and catastrophizing all of that? Because when we go after our dreams, we go after creating our best life, it raises our vibration and we move into the light energy. And as we do that, we get stronger and we're more capable of handling whatever's happening around us, the uncertainty, the darkness. So we must continue to go after our dreams. We must not let the fear win. We must not. And again, check out the Reimagine Your Life retreat because we're going to come together and create some dreams. Okay, next, take some time to sit and be in the light. And I mean be in the light. Meditate, listen to music, replenish, heal your energy, connect to the spiritual flow, be in that space. This is important, okay? It's important to take time, especially now, because the energy, in case you haven't noticed, is very intense. We need that stillness. We need it to replenish and strengthen our energy and our light. We must take a few moments to do that. You can do it while you're taking a walk, as well as sitting in meditation, listening to music, creating something, whatever it might be. Okay, we need to do this. Deborah says, photography is my passion. I see the world so differently through the lens. I can relate with some of my videos and stuff. I'm always looking for something. Let's see. Okay, Elizabeth, I am what my soul would have me be. Yes, amen on that. Deborah, take the pause. Absolutely. I try very hard, Nicole. Try very hard not to match the negativity around me. I concentrate on anything positive and spread it from there. The sun is always shining somewhere. Yes. And speaking of that, I should mention as well, and I'm not saying you're doing this, Nicole, but for everyone, we must be aware as well that we are feeling our emotions, that we're not bypassing them. Sometimes if let's use the light and the darkness, for example. So we get angry at something. And then we think, well, I should be in the light. So I should be in the light. I should be in the light. So I'm just going to go over here and ignore the anger part. But we have to feel those emotions and process them in order to really fully get into the light. If we are denying how we're really feeling and we are like not honestly feeling it, the fear, the anger, then we will also be limiting ourselves in how we feel the light. We will not feel that as much as we would. So we must process those emotions. If you're upset about something, do something, feel it, process it. This will make your light stronger. So we must do that as well. Okay, Alexandra, I can fall into that sometimes just because it's so painful to see sometimes. Do something fun and good. Needlepoint helps me get in the flow. Nice. Kimberly, my reconnect time is commute to and from work. I recall positives and blessings while listening to music and sharing with spirit. Love it. Love it. I like to say I get my best work done sometimes when I'm driving because then I have to be still and all this information comes into my head. So being in the car is a wonderful time to connect. So this is necessary. So sit and be in the light. Next, self-care. So important right now. We must prioritize our energy, and it relates to everything else I've already said. So prioritize your energy, protect it. Don't give it away to people. Don't allow other people to influence you unless they're influencing you in a positive way. Don't let other people limit you. Don't listen to their shoulds and have tos. The only should and have to should be your own, and even then it depends what kind of energy is coming at you from yourself on that one. Another thing that will help with your light is surrounding yourself with like-minded people. Like-minded people. People who get you. People who like you. People where you are safe to be you. Okay? This is part of the reason why we started the Soul Empowerment Community, to bring together a community of people who are accepting and loving and kind and wonderful and want to learn how to be their best selves. That's part of the reason why we did that. Okay, last and not least, by living in the light of your soul, you are spreading light to everyone around you. Everyone. Okay? Everyone. And this is not a big, huge responsibility that you have to do this, that it's a heavy duty kind of thing. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to be in your light, because when you're in your light, you're happier, you're more joyful, you have more peace, you're in the spiritual flow, more manifestation is going to come to you, your intuition's going to get better. So many wonderful things that will work for you and that you will enjoy. And also, because you're in that beautiful space, your light shines for others. I have just a little bit left, but before I get to that, let me tell you. Now, if you are going to want a soul reading, a mini soul reading, or an aura reading, this is how it goes. And then I'll come back, do my last paragraph, and then we'll start doing some readings. You must be on my page, Colleen Vanderzijden, medium and intuitive life coach, so I can see your comments. And thank you for the stars, Jan. And you must also say something to get my attention. If you just say, I want a reading, I'm probably going to skip you. Sorry. But if you say, oh, my life is horrible or whatever, or my life is wonderful, or I'm learning about this, or spirit does it, whatever, my guide will help me pick who I need to talk to, and my guide will be the one talking to you. Now, a mini soul reading is when I talk about a quality that has something to do with you, of course, and it is a quality that today is showing up as being important for you. Everything I'm going to do tonight is going to be related to your love and your light, who you are, and how you express yourself through your soul. So I'll talk about the qualities, whatever pops up into my head. Aura readings are color-based. Sometimes they tie together. Never know where I'm going to go. And I will give you my interpretation of whatever I feel, sense, see, or imagine. Okay. Now, as you're coming on here on my page, Colleen Vanderzijn, Medium Intuitive Life Coach, and you want a reading, say something to get my attention. I'm going to do my last paragraph, and then we will get to some readings. So, very important point here on being light. Being light is an action phrase. It's an action word. Spreading light is action. It's not simply meditating and sending light out into the world, which is important, and I recommend doing it regularly, and it is certainly helpful, but it is also taking decisive actions to spread light and love to others. This means standing up for the vulnerable, standing up for the people who are becoming more and more marginalized. This is expressing compassion and kindness and caring about and toward others. This is the action of being light. There is a responsibility here, not only just for your own self, and not only for just being and your light shining out, which is amazing and miraculous, but we need to take some action too. We need to be deliberate about this. We need to touch in with ourselves, feel the light, and go, okay, this would be the best response right now. This is how I can spread light to this person. This is how I can stand up for people, whatever it might be. Okay, so it's not simply, I'm in the light, which is fun and awesome and great, but I am in the light when I'm helping, and so important. Okay, now let's see who's gotten my attention. Bad sentence there. You can always tell when I've moved into channeling mode because then I say weird things, and sometimes I make up words. Nicole, I'm going to Nicole right away. I have a hard time finding my people. I'm hoping to spend more time at Lilydale this year as it's over the hill, so she's close. Okay, and the reason you caught my attention, Nicole, with that is because it can be a little bit of a challenge right now, everybody, to find our people. Okay. And this is where knowing who we are helps, because I know, Nicole, that you are a very compassionate person. I know that you have so much blue light around you right now. Okay. I'm just going to go color for you. And that's like reading the aura. Okay. I can see the blue. Blue is communication. Blue is the color of peace. Blue is the color of connection. And I know, Nicole, that this is a big part of you. Okay. Kindness, compassion, connection, caring. This is you. And because this is you, your energy, your vibration is going to attract other people who are like you. So they will come. Be patient. And what you want to do is listen to your intuition. I know that you have been having a lot more intuition lately. And sometimes you're like, whoa, how did I know that? And awesome. Listen to your intuition. If you get an urge, or I'll just say urge. If you get an urge to do something, go do it. If you see something and you think, oh, that would be fun, go do it. Because when you follow that urge, it's actually an intuitive push to lead you to a certain place, and probably, in all likelihood, people who will get you where you are there. You have a beautiful light, Nicole. You are very, it's just so kind. It's a very kind light. And I mean that in the highest way possible. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm going to do these as fast as I can, everybody, so I can get to as many people as possible. Okay, now Sarah, she's complimenting me because she knows that's going to get my attention. Thank you for spreading your light. I really appreciate you. So, of course, I'm going to go to Sarah. That doesn't mean y'all have to be suck-ups, okay? So, Sarah, we already know that you are a helper, you're kind. We already know all of this. Do you also recognize that you have a strong... I'm going to say extraordinary, ability to connect to guides, angels, universe, divine energy. You have a very strong connection there. Okay. You also will have noticed, I'm sure, more and more intuition, especially lately. And you will also, interesting. I don't know if you're the one who said premonitions, but I got lots of premonitions with you. And this is so cool. The feeling with you, it is interesting. How can I put this? Okay, so Sarah, rapid manifestation. Remember when I mentioned that? That's where you are. Things are accelerating for you very quickly. It is going to be paramount that you take time to be. Okay. It's easy for us as humans to go, 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 go. And I can see you have a tendency to do this. You want to go, 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 and then be. Okay. We've got to wait for your energy to catch up. Okay. If you will, because your energy is moving very quickly right now. Lots of acceleration. So make sure you're taking pauses and being and self-care, all of that. And that will. I feel your sense of impatience. Like, I want to keep going. I've got to go faster. I've got to go faster. And I'm going, whoa, whoa, whoa. Just be for a moment. Just be. So make sure you do that, because even though you might feel like you're slowing down, you're not. You're not slowing down at all. It's all good. I don't even know what else I said to you, but there you go, Sarah. Let's see what else. Oh, my things scroll so fast. I'm sure I missed some of you. Elizabeth, love a reading to guide me to my higher self, to help receive and share messages of hope and peace. It's funny that came right in for me, Elizabeth, for you was angels. Right away, I saw angels, which tells me that you have a very pure energy, and that I don't know if you are into like the Mother Mary, but whenever I feel a pure energy, I always think of the Mother Mary, and every now and then she shows up in a reading or something. And so that is a pure energy. You have a tendency, Elizabeth, apparently, to give a little too much. From my personal experience, I can tell you that's not a good thing, because it'll deplete you. So be very aware of how much you can give to others energetically. Okay. Your soul is definitely one of purity of spirit, purity of desire, a bit of impatience in there as well. Yeah. And you might, yeah, let me know what you think about that Mother Mary thing, because that just came right back into my head again. You're doing the right things. It's not like you need any specific direction other than being yourself, being intentional about how you're living, what you're thinking, all of that, and also being willing to let go of whatever might be in your way. It's hard for us as humans, and I'm talking to everyone for this, it's hard for us as humans to let go of things, because so much of what we need to, and I mean that in the best way possible, let go of is part of our identity. And it can be hard to let go of that to move into a new being, our higher vibrational being. So I don't feel anything other than that. I'm just going to leave it at that. So there's that. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Fran, let's go to Fran. Crossroads in her life journey. Her husband passed 5 years ago. Yeah, it's so hard. And I know there are other people on here who have had similar experiences with losses, and how it's big, it's big, and it can really kind of derail us, of course, for quite some time. And Fran, here's the thing with you. It's been, I know, a bit of a challenge for you to let go of the old version of you. I'm going to say it that way. Let go of the old version of you, because how it was, you enjoyed, right? But now you're a new version, and you have built this new version of yourself on top of that old version. You've learned from that, and you've moved into this new way. And oh gosh, I mean, I know you have such a beautiful heart as well. You are just so kind and so caring, and really don't want to ask for help from people. And on the other hand, though, you are finding how important the connections are for you. And as you're going with this, you, Fran, have a great deal of empathy for others, and I can easily see you helping others recognize their blessings. I'm going to put it that way. Recognize their blessings. I can easily see you supporting other people and even guiding them. And I know you were a teacher, and and I know that already, everybody. That wasn't intuitive. I just know that because I've talked to her in the past, and I remembered that. And here's the thing, that energy has not left you. There is so much here. Have you thought about going into healing work, like literally energy healing work? Because that just popped into my head. You might find that quite fulfilling. Quite fulfilling. Yeah, let me know what you think about that one. You are, gosh, just keep being you and going for your kindness and keep being kind to people, because I know you're doing it with yourself too. You've gotten really good at self-care for yourself too. Okay, I'll stop there for now, Fran. Let's see what else we have. Sarah, yes, action of being the light. More action is what I will work on. Thank you. You are welcome. Michelle. She says, I needed this tonight. I'm grateful for the message. I feel like everyone is in a funk lately. You are an empath, aren't you? So, Michelle and all empaths. This is a tough time for us, and it's okay to admit that. It's not a weakness. It's not a bad thing, okay? It shows us being loving and caring is natural for an empath. We want to help people. What we really have to watch is that we do not overgive. We have to watch that we set the boundaries up energetically, that we don't get too entangled with what's happening out there in the world. And I know we do need to be aware of what's happening, but to a point. So for me, I don't look at the news past noon. It's kind of like caffeine. I can have caffeine after noon, or I'll be up all night. If I look at the news after noon, I'll be up all night. So my boundary, my energetic boundary, is not to look at it past noon. Okay. And that really helps me. So it is very good that we do this. So also an antidote, if you will, I don't know if that's the right word, to combating that darkness that's around us is, again, to be into our light, to strengthen that light, be deliberate, pick something that helps you get into the light and work with it. Because what I have found, everybody, it's so cool. Whenever I sit in a meditation and I connect in first, slow my body down, count my breaths, whatever I have to do, I've got to do that first, or I can't get past that. So once I do that, and then I imagine the light, visualize the light or whatever, I have gotten the most amazing messages and guidance. And this is where I'm getting even more information from my Reimagine Your Life retreat, but also all the information I got for the transcendence classes that I taught in January. So I'm getting all of this information of how to progress through this time and then sharing it with people as quickly as I can. So Michelle, you might also get some personal guidance in there where you connect in with your light, the light around us, and get some guidance and listen and be open for it. Allow it to come to you. Don't control it like, tell me. Just open and go, when the guidance is coming, it's coming. And there we are. So there's that for you, Michelle. Okay, let's see what else we have. Diane, struggling with my relationship with my son for the last year. Always a tricky one, especially when we're talking about families and estrangements and trying to maintain relationships, but we're not connecting quite as well. This is where I am going to tell you energetically what you want to do is send light to him. Now, here's the trick. It cannot be a manipulative, if I send light, he's going to do this kind of energy. It has to be pure energy where I'm sending love and light to him for his highest and best. Okay. As a mother, we always want the best for our kids. But if we're having some issues with our relationship, hi, Jennifer. If we're having issues with our relationship, lots of times we might try to manipulate that energy and go, ooh, maybe he'll get really nice, and then he'll feel my love, and he'll understand my point, or whatever it is. We have to be able to send it without an attachment or ulterior motive. So that will help. Another thing that can help you, Diane, is to recognize that his path is his and yours is yours. What are you learning about yourself in this relationship? This can help. It's very hard, and I'm never ever going to minimize this. It is very hard when we're having relationship issues with family, friends, whoever. It is very hard, and particularly hard when it's a parent toward a child, etc. So we must understand, the more we understand their path is theirs, ours is ours, and we stay in our light as much as possible, it's going to make a difference. Going to make a difference. Okay, I'll stop there. Nicole, thank you so much. I'm trusting my instincts and signs from my guides more and more. Perfect. Debbie, you knew this was going to get my attention, didn't you? Almost 3 years. My soul is still searching. I think my guides left me too. No, they did not. They did not. Everyone is still around you. Everyone is around you. Your spirit people are around you. The guides are around you. The angels are around you. Your energy is still merged. Debbie, you've heard me speak before, I'm quite sure. Everyone, this is for everyone as well. Our souls are a part of the divine universal energy. Okay, think about that. That means we are a part of that energy, that we are never disconnected from our guides, from our angels, from our loved ones on the other side. We are never disconnected. If we can do our best to believe this, it's like we move into we move into a new understanding of our connections and how things work. As humans, a sign that we feel like our guides have left us or we're disconnected in some ways, when we feel this, it usually means we've disconnected from ourselves and our souls. We've disconnected here. Okay, so the key is to get back into here, do things that feed our soul. Who are we? We do those questions. Who are we? Who am I really? Who do I want to be? I want to be love. I want to be light. If I want to be love and light, how can I treat myself with love and light? How can I live a life that gives me more love and light? And we have to make sure we go back toward ourselves as well. Okay, it's not just out here to everybody else. It's for here too. And so, Debbie, doing your best to believe you're still connected, and you are. I can see it. Okay, so you are still connected. No one has left you. And this is the time to reconnect to yourself, who you really are. This is the time. If you have not read my book yet, Courageously You, this would help. If you have read my book already, go back and look at it again. And again, I'm going to plug that Reimagine Your Life retreat, you guys. I did not do this retreat. I didn't set it up this is the 4th year we're going to be doing it. I didn't do this because I was like, oh, this sounds like something I should do. It was more like Spirit said, this is something you're doing. Do it. So I'm just following direction. So it's an amazing place for those of you who need to learn more about who you are and the power you have to create the life you want to have. Okay, let's see. What else we have? Elizabeth, I'm not specifically a follower of Mother Mary, but would honor her ideals of love, life, devotion, and honor. I agree with all else you said. Can't quite figure out what I need to let go of. You'll know. Something in my past or me for who I'm now. You'll know if there's something. And if you don't feel anything, then just keep going. I mean, don't feel like you have to go, oh, there's something I have to let go of. We all have stuff to let go of. One of the messages I got myself several months ago now was that we needed to let go of everything. And I thought, what do you mean everything? And it's not literally everything, but what that meant was question everything. If I'm not in the spiritual flow and what I want isn't coming to me easily, then what's in my way? Something's in my way. And then we explore that and figure it out. And then we move in that direction. So much information here. I'm so glad this is helping you, Mindy. Sarah, how can I help an empath who is severely depressed? Well, number one, do they want help? Can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped. I learned that one, and I'm sure many of us have too. If they want to be helped, of course, the first thing is to get a licensed professional counselor, therapist, if they don't have one, is to absolutely do that. Okay. Otherwise, how you can help is to be there for them. Hold space for them. Literally hold space for them. You sit with them, you be with them, you listen to them. If they want guidance, advice, and they ask for it, you can give it. Yeah, it's a tricky one. Here's something important, okay, that everybody needs to know. I think we've all heard of the dark night of the soul before, right? It's an existential crisis. And most, if not all, people who are on a spiritual path have gone through one or more, usually one's enough, where we feel like we don't matter, where we feel like nothing makes a difference, where we feel like everything we knew and believed in is gone. We might feel totally disconnected from God. That's a dark night of the soul. It's big. Read about that if you're interested in something like that. And somebody like an empath who's severely depressed may very well be going through this. This can also be what is called a spiritual emergency. I don't know much about that. Maybe Greg will post a link on that because he talks about that kind of thing. So what is also happening as we are moving through this consciousness shift is it's almost as though collectively we as a country, world is moving through a dark night of the soul where all can seem lost. And knowing that that may be the case, is can give us a new understanding of what this person may be going through, or anyone else who's listening and is feeling something like this. You know, you might be going, oh, that actually makes sense. That's what I feel like. Rebuilding our light is going to be part of the key. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, gonna scroll some more. Elizabeth, how can we help this darkness other than shining our light? Really, it is shining the light. It really is. And then we go into the action steps. Okay, what are we going to do? What is the physical, decisive action to spread light, to stand up for what's right, to stand up for the light, to stand up for kindness and caring? That is it. To rebuild our light, to share our light, to use the light as a way of living and making sure we do the action that is involved. I know it sounds kind of like, oh, okay, except maybe the light is telling you to make phone calls, or maybe you want to go on a march, or maybe you want to become part of a community of like-minded people, whatever it is. So yeah, what we don't want to do is get so caught up in everything that's wrong, because that will disconnect us from our light and we will feel darker. Okay. Oh, I see I have lots of comments over here. My goodness me. I'm going to scroll quickly. Alexandra, I recently had someone say they see a green bubble around me. Is that a healing energy? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Green is the healing color. Green is also the color of the heart. So everyone, if you are in need of more love, more healing, visualize a green healing bubble around you. And that will help you raise your vibration, heal your energy, and help you feel better and more loving. Absolutely. That's exactly it. Okay, scrolling fast. We are a spark of light in the universe. Yes, thank you for the star, Ron. Stars. Interesting. I might come back to that one. We'll see. Ron says things will get better. We just have to believe and keep walking. And that really, right, Ron, is faith. Okay, it is faith. We know that we are going through this shift. We know that a lot of things are falling apart, right? And we must hold on to the faith, the hope, and the optimism. We must do our best to do this, because if we give up, that's when our light starts to kind of get a little bit buried under stuff. It's not going to go away, but it could get buried. So we must hold on to it. And this is also why it's essential we have community, a place where we feel safe to be ourselves. Because when we have this community, it expands our energy and it makes our light stronger. For those of us who are introverts or like to do things on our own, it is important to find this sense of community so that we can strengthen our light. So if I'm having a bad day, somebody else can help lift me up. You're having a bad day, but I'm doing okay. I can help lift you up, whatever it might be. So thanks, Ron, for saying that. That was necessary. Absolutely. And that helped me say that, so I didn't forget. Yeah, a lot of you are really understanding this. What time is it? Oh my goodness, I have talked so much. So here we are. It is 9 o'clock and I need to stop talking. So a couple things to remember. I'm Colleen van der Zijden. If you're coming to Lilydale this summer and you're looking for a reading from any of the mediums there, make your appointments in advance. Check out my Reimagine Your Life retreat. I'm telling you, if you are wanting to have a better life, here's your opportunity. Come together with other like-minded people and let's create some magic and miracles. Energetic stuff, get some action steps, figure out more clarity on what your dream is, let go of crap so we can get there. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to have lots of fun while we're at it. What else do you need to know? I guess that's about it. So my website, ColleenVanderZijden.com. If you're not yet following me on my Facebook page, Colleen van der Zijden, Medium and Intuitive Life Coach, click that follow button so you can follow me. Check out my YouTube channel. It's Colleen van der Zijden, and the reason you want to check that out is because Facebook Live has decided our videos are only going to be up here for 30 days, and they all are disappearing. So fortunately, all of my radio shows are actually on my YouTube channel. So you can find them all there. And so that's good. They're also on my website, ColleenVanderZijden.com. I think it's under the media area or something like that. So there's that. What else? Okay, let me know if you've want me to do something like this again. I may do this again. I don't know what's happening next week or the week after. I'm going to be traveling again, so we'll see. So thank you so much for being here with me tonight and listening to I should say, my guide's words on bringing in more light and strengthening it. And thank you for the opportunity to give you some light and soul readings, etc., and just give you some guidance through this dark time. But don't forget, the light is still here and it's getting stronger, and it's going to be even stronger because of you choosing to live in the light. You guys have the most amazing week, and I will see you next time. Bye.